Hello, this is Hellsgate. Today's edition of Buffs and Debuffs is to talk about the array, which is part of the enhancements to your troops. And where you access the array is part of your banner here for your troops. And typically in the past, the only thing you get when you hit this banner here would be the troop details, which go to that real quick. It shows your total troops, number of troops of each level that you have, as well as your status of your wounded, and your hospital capacity as well as your upkeep. But aside from that basic stuff, the new thing in here that we want to talk about is over here on the right, which is called the array. So here we are. Here's the array, and here's the first window that's on here. And there's basically two types of arrays. Sometimes they call them formations, but the first one here is the ancient Roman shield square. And that one is it says here that shield soldiers have a chance to sustain the damage dealt to other soldiers. So that's actually pretty good. That seems to be a good enhancement. And then, so this is book number one. We go to book number two. This is the Ancient Quinn crossbow arrow array. And this says that troops have a chance to concealing and won't be selected as a target by the enemy's raid troops. So again, the first one had to deal with shielding and taking damage for others, while the other one is to be concealed. So in some ways you might say that the crossbow array might be more suitable for attack, and the Roman shield might actually be better for defense. But they can go both ways in my opinion. So, and the next thing I wanted to show is how do you implement these. Over here at the left icon it says set as defending. You can click on that, and one of the things you can do is that by set as defending, in some ways this is kind of like garrison a hero or garrison a dragon. So if I wanted to click one here, I'm going to say I want the Roman shield to be used as defending. So this will be your active formation for those that attack you, or I can switch it over to the crossbow and have that instead. But either way, as I click on these, it actually gives me my current attributes for each type. So in my Roman shield, I've got infantry defense, pikeman assisted. This is actually a new thing related to the shield, and taking damage from others. So if I click on this exclamation point next to assisted, this actually kind of gives a description of what is assisted. Well, assisted is when our pikemen is attacked, our shield soldiers, such as your T10s and your T12s infantry, has a chance to bear the damage for the pikemen. So that's pretty good, because the less damage that your troops inflict, the less power you lose. And again here, you have a chance for having assisted capacity on your cavalry, as well as on your siege engines. So now if we go to the crossbow, here's some new concepts in here. Next to exclamation point, here's the concealing. And so on concealing, we got a similar description as the overall one, which is that pikeman has a chance to conceal for once and won't be selected as a target by the enemy when the enemy raid troops come. So since they're hidden and they can't be attacked, so that's also a good attribute. So as always, it's a way to play with both of these and see how they respond when you're attacking as well as defending, to see which of these work better. So next, what I wanted to do is to actually go into and attempt to upgrade these. And so I'll go into my Roman square. Here's one where I've actually started to upgrade. And here's the list of various troops. And if you notice, typically you think that there's 4 troops: infantry, cavalry, archer, and siege. And here we see that they actually show 8, because it actually breaks down the troops based on their components. So you got your shield soldiers, your pikemen, your cavalry, cavalry archers, your regular archers, your crossbowmen, and your 2 siege engines, magnols, and assault carts. So to kind of break this down in terms of types of troops, the shield soldiers, just right at the bat, I'm thinking of your T10s and your T12s. Your pikemen, that would be your T8s, T9s, and T11s. Regular cavalry, that's kind of like your T10s, and I think also your T11s, and your Griffin Knights, your T13s cavalry, I think it falls in this area too. Cavalry Archer, that's back out. That's your T9s, your T12s, which are pretty powerful troops there. Then you got your regular archers, which I would say are your T9s and your T12s, and your crossbowmans, which are your T11s. And you got your Magnals, which are your T10s, and assault carts, which are your T9s, T12s, and T13s. So a lot of various troops here, a lot of various combinations. And then if you want to upgrade, here's an instance of here's what I haven't upgraded yet. Cavalry Archer. Here it takes the array training supply, 85 units of that, to upgrade to level 1, and it only takes 1 hour. Then after I've upgraded 1 and going to level 2, instead of 85 units of the training supply, I need now 93. And instead of 2 hours upgrade, it takes 3 hours upgrade. And eventually when you get up to level 20 and then to 21, you then go from just cavalry assisted to now you also get cavalry defense. And then in addition to the supply units, you also need to get these handbooks. And now it takes 23 hours. So, basic common theme. The higher level you are, the more it takes to train or upgrade, and the longer it takes. And then they start introducing some additional items in here that you need to upgrade as part of that. And where do you get those units from? One free way to get them is through killing monsters. That's the free way to get it. Now, over here, I wanted to show kind of a summary. This exclamation point right next to the title, Ancient Roman Shield Square, right below the question mark, hit that. And this gives you your total maximum attributes that you could get if you were to upgrade these to the highest level. And so you can see with the greens, that's what it starts to upgrade as you start upgrading. Then after you get up to a certain level, then you get into the next defense here, and then upgrading a little bit more, you get into the purples, which for your shield soldier is siege infantry damage. And then you get to the higher levels, which is now in the orange levels, it's just infantry damage. And the various attributes differ between the type of troop that you have as to what you start upgrading first and what you're able to upgrade later as you increase in level. And how that looks on a individual troop basis is, let me go to my highest one for cavalry, and if I click on the exclamation mark here, it kind of shows the various levels of how much it increases per level. And then eventually, so for cavalry assisted, you have to make it all the way up to level 20 before you can start to then upgrade to cavalry defense. So, and then after that, you need to upgrade up to level 30 before then you can get into the next purple attribute, which is the siege cavalry damage. So that's a high level aspect of how those works. And then one thing I wanted to show is, well, once you upgraded these, how to use them. Well, basically, let's try to attack a monster. And here I'm just going to attack the nearest thing I see. We're going to pretend that we're going to attack them. And right here beneath your hero and your dragon is the array function. And if we click on that, so then you just select which one you want. So either Ancient Roman Shield, or I can check the other one, and you can see the attributes that will be in effect at the time. So I would rather pick this one and confirm it's selected, and I can do my march. I can use my pre-things, and away it goes, and the array is active as part of the march. So, and then again, to show how it works, if you want it to garrison, we go back to our troops, wrong banner, go back to your array, set as defending, and I want to use my Ancient Roman Shield Square as defending, confirm that. And now when I go and go to marches, the only thing I can select now is the crossbow array, and it's active for only one march. So if you got a march out that uses it, you can't use it on the next march. So that sums up my topic here about the military array. Good for buffs and debuffs, and hope this helps you out plan how to get bigger and stronger. And if you have any questions, please post it on YouTube here, and also appreciate if you could subscribe. I'll be making more topics, and please let me know if there's another topic you'd like me to highlight. Again, thank you very much. This is Hellsgate.